It's not an accident that you're here right now. You may think you just scrolled past this voice, but heaven has been waiting for this moment, the moment you pause long enough to remember who you are. Maybe lately, you've been questioning your worth, feeling like you're fading into the background while everyone else seems to shine. Maybe you've been carrying the quiet ache of comparison, watching people move ahead, achieve more, be noticed more, and a small, painful thought whispers in your heart, maybe I'm not enough. You've smiled through it. You've tried to shake it off. But somewhere deep inside, that whisper turned into a belief. And that belief started building walls between you and the truth of who God says you are. You see, this message didn't find you by coincidence. You've been searching for something real, something that reaches deeper than compliments or achievements. You've been longing for peace that doesn't depend on performance. And that's exactly where God meets you, not at the peak of your confidence, but in the cracks of your insecurity. He meets you right where your worth feels the weakest, because that's where His love becomes the loudest. There are days you wake up and feel invisible. Days where you look in the mirror and see only flaws, not features. Days where the reflection stares back and you ask yourself, what's the point? It's like the world measures you on a scale of likes, followers, beauty, success, and no matter how hard you try, it feels like you'll never measure up. But what if I told you that God never used those measurements? That He never compared you to anyone else? That He's been proud of you even on the days you couldn't stand yourself? Listen closely, your worth didn't decrease because someone failed to see it. The way someone treated you doesn't rewrite the value heaven placed on your name. You've been conditioned to believe your value is based on what you achieve or how others perceive you, but your worth isn't negotiable. It isn't earned, it's given. From the moment God breathed life into you, He sealed your identity with purpose, with intention, with love that no mistake could erase. Maybe life hasn't been gentle lately. Maybe the people you counted on walked away without explanation, leaving you questioning if you were ever enough to stay for. Maybe you've poured your heart into someone who couldn't love you the way you needed. Or maybe you've been giving your all to your work, your dreams, your family, and it still feels unseen, like no one notices the effort, the tears, the quiet prayers whispered in exhaustion. And in those moments, something inside you starts to shrink. You stop believing your presence matters. But let me remind you, even when you feel unseen by people, you are deeply seen by God. He sees the parts of you that no one claps for, the patience you've learned, the forgiveness you've given, the strength it took just to keep showing up. He sees the nights you couldn't sleep because your mind wouldn't stop replaying words that broke your confidence. He sees you scrolling, comparing, wondering if your story still matters. And every time you doubt your worth, He gently whispers, "If only you could see yourself through my eyes." There's a world constantly telling you who to be: louder, thinner, busier, more successful. But God isn't asking for any of that. He's asking for you. Not the polished version, not the perfect one. Just the real you, the one He formed, the one He knows, the one He's never stopped loving, the one who still gets up every morning, even when the weight feels heavy. You think you've failed because you haven't met the world's timeline, but maybe, just maybe, you're right on time for God's. You see, true self-worth doesn't start with what you do, it starts with who made you. You can chase validation from people all your life and still feel empty, because the world can't fill a soul that was designed to be completed by God. That's why no amount of success feels enough when your spirit's starving for His affirmation. You were never meant to fit in a world that profits from your insecurity. You were meant to rise in a world that forgot how to see divine design. Maybe somewhere along the way, someone made you feel small. Maybe it was a parent, a friend, a teacher, or even your own thoughts. words that left scars invisible to everyone but you. And over time, you started to believe them. You started to carry those lies as truth. But let me speak this softly into that broken space. You are not what they said about you. You are not the mistake you made. You are not the failure that haunts you. You are not the one who never gets it right. You are a work of divine art, still being shaped, still being loved through the process. Sometimes God allows seasons of silence, not because you're forgotten, but because He's resetting your worth away from noise. He's stripping away the dependence on approval, the addiction to being needed, the weight of perfection, because He wants you to find your value in Him again. The more you search for your identity in people, the more it slips away. But the moment you rest in who you are to God, everything starts to align again. Your peace, your confidence, your purpose. You've been too hard on yourself. You apologize for existing, for not being further ahead, for feeling too much, for not always being strong. But here's the truth. There's nothing wrong with you. You are human, tender, growing. And God doesn't love you in spite of that. He loves you through that. You don't have to perform to be loved. You don't have to prove yourself to be worthy. You already are. If you could hear what heaven says about you, you'd stop doubting for even a moment. You'd realize that every time you called yourself not enough, God whispered, "You're everything I designed you to be." Every time you compared yourself, He said, "I didn't make you to compete. I made you to complete." Every time you thought you were replaceable, He said, "You are irreplaceable to me." The truth is, the world can't define what it didn't create, so why give it that power? Your Creator's opinion is the only one that never changes, and He's never looked at you with disappointment, only with love, even on your worst day. He's not counting your failures. He's counting the times you've tried again. He's not measuring your beauty by filters or features. He's measuring your heart, your resilience, your faith. So take a breath. Release the weight of comparison. You were never meant to live proving your worth. You were meant to live from it. Because your worth was settled long before you ever took your first breath. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not too much or too little. You are loved intentionally, eternally, completely. And maybe right now, all you need to do is pause. Let that truth sink in. Let the noise quiet down long enough to hear that still small voice whisper again, "You are mine." Maybe somewhere deep inside, you've been asking, why does it feel so hard to love myself? It's like every time you try to build confidence, an old memory, an old voice, an old mistake comes crawling back, whispering, "You don't deserve to feel okay." And you listen because you're tired. You've spent years trying to be enough for your family, enough for your job, enough for the world, and yet somehow the mirror always reflects lack instead of light. But listen closely now, because this is the part heaven has been waiting for you to hear. There's a voice that's been trying to reach you through the noise, not a harsh command, not guilt, not shame. A voice that says softly, "You are precious in my sight. You are honored, and I love you." Those words aren't from the world. They're not from a self-help book. They come from the one who formed galaxies and still thought the world needed you in it. This is God's heart speaking to yours, the heart that saw your tears, your mistakes, your self-doubt, and still chose you. When He said you are precious, He meant your existence carries divine weight, not because of what you do, but because of who you are to Him. When He said you are honored, He meant you hold a sacred place no one else can fill. And when he said, "I love you," it wasn't conditional or fragile. It was eternal. It was a promise sealed before you ever took your first breath. You've been taught to earn love, to perform for attention, to apologize for being imperfect. But God's love isn't earned, it's given freely. He doesn't see you through the lens of your flaws. He sees you through the lens of His purpose. Every scar, every heartbreak, every disappointment, He uses it all to reveal how valuable you truly are. Even the cracks in your soul let His light through. Maybe you've spent years believing the lie that you must be someone else to be worthy, smarter, prettier, quieter, louder, wealthier, stronger. But the truth is, comparison is the enemy of calling. Every time you compare, you subtract from your own significance. Every time you wish to trade places with someone else, heaven whispers, "But what about the story I wrote for you? You were not made to copy. You were made to create." Your laugh, your tone, your way of seeing the world, they're fingerprints of the divine. There's never been another you, and there never will be again. And still, somehow, you've believed that being yourself isn't enough. That's the lie God wants to break tonight. Let this be the moment you stop shrinking to fit what others expect. You've spent too long editing yourself down to be accepted. You've apologized for emotions, for dreams, for the way your heart feels deeply. But the very things you've been told are too much are the things that make you radiant. You are not too emotional, you are compassionate. You are not too sensitive, you are perceptive. You are not too quiet, you are grounded. You are not too strong, you are resilient. Take a breath. God is rewriting how you see yourself. He's taking every word that wounded you, ugly, unworthy, difficult, forgotten, and He's crossing them out, replacing them with chosen, loved, valuable, seen. Because your identity is not up for debate. Maybe no one ever told you that you were enough. Maybe you grew up trying to earn love from people who didn't know how to give it. Maybe you've worked yourself to exhaustion, trying to prove something that never needed proof. And maybe the reason you're hearing this right now is because God is saying, stop striving. I already chose you. You don't have to hide behind strength all the time. You don't have to wear the mask of, I'm fine. It's okay to admit that you're tired of pretending. Because healing doesn't start when you prove you're okay. It starts when you admit you're not and still believe you're worthy of love. If you've been carrying guilt for not loving yourself sooner, release it. You've done the best you could with what you knew. But now, God is revealing something deeper. Self-worth isn't about ego, it's about acceptance. It's about agreeing with heaven's opinion of you. It's about finally saying, if God calls me loved, who am I to disagree? Let that sink in. You are precious. You are honored. You are loved. Say it until your heart believes it, because that truth will begin to heal what years of rejection could not. And even when you forget again, and you will, sometimes remember this. Your worth doesn't vanish when you doubt it. The diamond doesn't stop being valuable just because someone drops it in the dirt. Your light doesn't stop shining because someone failed to see it. Every breath you take is proof that heaven still delights in your existence. Every sunrise is a reminder that your story isn't finished. Every scar on your heart is evidence that you've survived what was meant to destroy you, and that's worth honoring. So let this be your turning point. From this moment on, speak kindly to yourself. Treat your heart like holy ground. Refuse to speak words over yourself that God would never say. Because when He looks at you, He sees potential, beauty, and strength. Not mistakes, not lack, not failure. You don't need to chase love when love Himself has already found you. You don't need to earn value when value himself lives inside you. Your worth is not a question mark. It's an exclamation written by divine hands. There's a calm that comes when you finally stop fighting to be enough. When you stop chasing what was never meant to define you, and start resting in the truth that you already are enough because you are loved by the one who never changes his mind about you. Maybe you've spent years trying to rebuild yourself from the opinions of others, stacking validation like fragile stones, hoping it would make you feel whole. But God has been gently knocking at the walls of your heart, whispering, "Child, your value was never in what they thought, it's in what I know." And He knows you. He knows the way your eyes light up when you talk about something you love. He knows the strength it takes for you to keep showing up even when you're scared. He knows the kindness you give that no one thanks you for. He knows the tears you hide because you don't want to burden anyone. He knows, and He still calls you precious. You see, self-worth isn't arrogance, it's agreement. It's standing in quiet confidence and saying, "If God sees beauty in me, then I will too." It's learning to hold your head high, not because you've earned it, but because grace lifted you there. There will still be days when old voices come back, when comparison knocks at your door again. But now you know how to answer not with doubt, but with truth. You'll remember that the same hands that painted sunsets shaped your soul. That the same breath that gave life to the stars gave life to you. That the same heart that created oceans of wonder created you with purpose. And when you forget again, when the mirror feels heavy and the world feels loud, pause, close your eyes, breathe, whisper, "I am precious, I am honored, I am loved." Let those words wrap around you like a blanket, because they are not wishful thinking, they are heaven's facts. You've been through enough to know how hard it is to see beauty in yourself after years of breaking, but that's what makes you radiant, the way you keep believing, keep loving, keep forgiving. You are living proof that worth isn't destroyed by pain, it's refined by it. Every scar has turned into a story of survival. Every crack has become a window for light. Maybe for the first time in a long while, you can start thanking God not just for the blessings you see, but for the way He's been rebuilding your heart from the inside out. Thank Him for the nights He held you when no one else did. Thank Him for the people He removed because they couldn't see your value. Thank Him for the doors that closed, because they were never meant to contain your purpose. And as gratitude rises, notice what happens inside you. Peace begins to settle. The pressure to prove disappears. The anxiety to be perfect fades. You realize that you never had to compete for love that was already yours. You are not what the world labeled you. You are not your mistakes, your weight, your income, your achievements, or your fears. You are a divine creation, carrying the breath of eternity. You are loved beyond reason, chosen beyond explanation, valued beyond comprehension. So today, walk a little lighter. Speak to yourself with tenderness. Lift your chin, not in pride, but in peace. You no longer have to apologize for existing. You are a miracle wrapped in skin, and heaven celebrates that you are still here, still breathing, still growing, still becoming. And when you look in the mirror again, I hope you see what God sees, not flaws, but fingerprints of His design. Not failure, but the evidence of His faithfulness. You are not trying to become someone worthy of love. You are remembering you already are. May this truth rest on your heart tonight. You are precious. You are honored. You are loved. And in case no one told you today, you are doing better than you think, and you are more beautiful than you realize. God hasn't stopped believing in you, so don't stop believing in yourself. You are seen. You are chosen. You are enough. Amen. If you felt seen in these words, don't leave without letting your heart be heard. Comment below. Tell me one thing you're learning to love about yourself again. Let's fill this space with healing together.